I think it's fair to say in this election that we don't want people to vote for the coalition because they think we are popular or I am popular. Instead, we want people to vote for us because we are strong, know where we are going, can make hard decisions to get there, and we can back hard decisions by showing you how we are going to pay for it. It is also fair to say that the Labor Party policy agenda has been less than inspiring, in some instances non-existent. They are more statements than policies because policies come with details. In a time of geopolitical crisis, popularity takes even more of a backseat to competency and strength. There is a responsibility on leaders to make tough decisions that are not necessarily popular. And to be quite frank, there is a responsibility on voters to understand that at times leaders have to make tough decisions. In this election, the Labor Party has presented one of the most policy-like election pitches in living history. It is summarised to this: they believe it is their turn. Anthony Albanese believes the Australian government is shared around like time with a skipping rope in a schoolyard, that you're entitled to be the government rather than putting forward a better policy agenda than the current government. In the past, Gough Whitlam brought forward the termination of military conscription, universal healthcare, free university education and legal aid programs. Bob Hawke, another Labor leader who won, came forward with the Prices and Incomes Accord, floated the dollar, gave the Commonwealth power over the World Heritage Sites, stopped the damming of the Franklin, outlawed gender discrimination in the workplace. These leaders didn't believe they were entitled to lead a government. They didn't believe it was their turn. They went out and fought for it and won the policy battle. Mr Albanese is hardly going to have his statue held high in the pantheon of great Labor leaders when it sits on a crumbling or non-existent policy pedestal. He's hardly gone to the Australian people and inspired them. It's almost as if he's in fear of his own political policy shadow. But maybe there is a policy agenda coming, and it's so philosophically left that the Labor Party is scared to talk about it before the 21st of May. Maybe those behind him are biting their tongues so hard because they're waiting to scream if they are lucky enough to get there. Because he hasn't brought forward a policy agenda, we haven't had a chance to debate it. So don't blame the assumptions of others when they fill the vacuum. That's what democracy is about. You fight for your policy and you pick holes in the opponents. And by so doing, you respect the electorate. Ultimately, that improves and refines the announced policy, and then the Australian people make a decision which they believe is best for them. The most competent in its administration is the best for the nation. But going to the Australian people and saying, I'm not them and it's my turn, is hardly Churchillian. This brings us to the independents, who are even worse.